Welcome back to the channel, everybody. So guys, today we're inside the test server and I have a champion to share with you all that I'm super excited to show, okay? So this champion is very well overtaken my #1 most wanted champion spot overall in the game over Hegemon. Hegemon's been my most wanted for the longest time, but this new champion is absolutely incredible, okay? So we have it on unlimited FPS right now, which is very important, but check this out, okay? Dragon's Lair, stage 25. Let's see what he can do. Theodore the Savant is his name. Check this out. This is absolute insanity. You guys seen the screenshot, okay? It may be a little bit slower since I'm recording right now, but the screenshot, 41 second, fully solo, fully auto, Dragon stage 25. Guys, that is faster than a lot of speed teams. That was my account's personal record just now when I ran this guy solo, 41 second Dragon stage 25. And the gearing, to be honest, isn't that bad. Like, compared to a lot of the solo champions that I've done, this gear is not too bad. Now, granted, this is just for like speed running, so it's definitely not going to be super consistent. However, right now, he's looking pretty healthy. I really hope I pull this guy on the live servers. Honestly, if this dude came up in a guaranteed summon event, if I had 0 shards, I am buying shards for this guy because he's so freaking awesome. Let me go ahead and replay this one more time. This dude, he just seems so cool. Look how fast his animations go. So he's right now, he's wearing reflex gear. He's about 250 plus speed, somewhere around there, and then Oppressor Mastery. So it's really not that specific stuff. Honestly, you can go a lot of different gear sets, I'm sure. As long as you're 250 plus speed, you should be fine. You can go Regeneration and Immortal, should be perfectly fine. It's going to be a lot slower, obviously, than the Reflex gear. The Reflex gear is very RNG intensive, but it allows you to get those really fast runs. That's how you get those really good speed runs in, because once the stuff lines up perfectly, you're going to get a super, super fast run in the books, which is awesome, which is how I got that 41 second run earlier, which is crazy. Honestly, it was mind-blowing. I was very, very surprised to see 41 seconds, 44 seconds. Guys, what in the world? Okay, so let me go over here real quick. We're going to try it on Ice Golem. So this is the interesting thing about this character. So Dragon stage 25 is Force Affinity. Stage 24 is Spirit. So if you come to Ice Golem, look at stage 24, it's Spirit. Stage 23 is Force. So stage 23 ideally is what we would want to do. I don't know if stage 23 is really going to make a ton of sense to farm. We can try it real quick. I actually haven't done this whatsoever. I did try on stage 24, but on stage 24 they have the waves who can cleanse the stuff. Maybe we try it once or twice, but honestly for me, for Ice Golem, I'd rather farm stage 24, maybe stage 25. 23 is probably not something I want to farm, though this guy very well may do it super fast, honestly. And it may be worth it. I don't know. Maybe I end up trying out stage 23. I don't know. We'll try stage 24 and 25 as well, just to see if he can do it. But then we'll go over this guy's kit. This is not going to be a full video guide on this champion. Basically, that's what I want to do is just bring some light to him, showcase him, because he's on the test server right now. When he comes to actual live servers, I bet there's going to be a lot of very interesting teams made with this guy. I think he's awesome. I think he brings a very unique kit, very awesome and interesting kit, a very fun kit. I feel like there's a lot of champions who are great, but this guy brings a very fun kit, in my opinion. So Ice Golem stage 23, like, this is Richoff, but triple the time, basically. So 52 seconds. What in the world? What in the actual world is going on? Stage 24, I think he just dies here because it's neutral affinity. We have these waves who can cleanse. Maybe not. If he does stage 24, guys, this is literally going to blow my mind. So those two enemies cleanse right there, which very well may cause a big issue, especially whenever they start attacking, because he's pretty squishy right now. That'd be crazy if you actually got through it. I definitely think you could build him to do this. I mean, they're not going to be, yeah, we're dead. We're just flat out dead here. So that is what it is. Not a huge deal. Dragon stage 25, though, is where it really matters. Stage 25. Let's see this one more time. I just love it so much. Then we'll go over this guy's kit. So obviously, like I said, this champion's on the test server right now. He's an affinity champion. There's no free way to earn him, so it's going to be all RNG. Maybe they do a 10x event, which doesn't really mean that much, but maybe better yet, they do a guaranteed event. So definitely always I recommend saving your ancient shards, saving your sacred shards for those guaranteed events if they do come up. Because a champion like this, if you're worried about PvE content, if you farm Dragon, you're probably going to want this champion. This guy is just going to be so incredibly good. Honestly, I'm more than impressed by what he does. But let's go over his kit in just a few minutes. I do think this guy could very well be part of a lot of speed teams, even if it's not him by himself. So like when I say speed team, I mean, you know, more than just him. Him by himself is a speed team, which is crazy. I was doing it before in 60 FPS. I thought I had this thing set to unlimited FPS. I didn't. I went back. And I was already getting like 59-second runs, turned it to unlimited FPS, and this dude looked like the Energizer Bunny going through these waves. It was crazy. Very, very impressed. But let's go over his kit, check out his gear, and yeah, let's go see what this guy is bringing to the table. So his skills. His A1 ability attacks all enemies, places a 30% decreased speed for 2 turns. A 30% chance books up to 50% chance. Very solid. Pick up Sniper Mastery. It's going to be a little bit higher chance to place that decreased speed AoE, which is a huge help in making him go faster than the enemies. His A2 ability, 75% chance of placing 2 poison debuffs and a 25% poison sensitivity buff on all enemies for 2 turns. Also places a 30% increased speed buff on all allies for 2 turns. Once again, allowing him to go very, very, very fast. And it books up to a 100% chance and a 3-turn cooldown, which is absolutely incredible. His A3 ability, which is really the icing on the cake, increases the duration of all poison debuffs and HP burn debuffs on all enemies by 1 turn, then instantly activates any poison debuffs and HP burn debuffs on each enemy. Places 25% weaken debuff for 2 turns on enemies not under poison debuffs or HP burn debuffs, this is what's causing him to go through the waves so incredibly quick. And then his passive ability, this champion's resistance is increased by 5 for each poison debuff on the enemy team. So very high resistance, which you do want resistance because that second wave with the Shatterbones, they can place a decreased speed, they can decrease your turn meter, so you definitely want to have some resistance on this champion. His aura increases ally accuracy in all battles by 50. So if your goal is to get to 200 accuracy, you can build him with 150 accuracy and be perfectly fine because he's going to be your leader all the time, right? Every single time, he's going to be the leader. And then take a look at his artifacts. Right now, I have him built for good HP, good defense. He's going to take a few hits, so I want to make sure whenever he does take those hits that he's going to survive. He's in reflex gear right now. I did go through and glyph a few of these pieces. Test server, we have 6-star glyphs. But before I did that, he was like 250 something, and it worked perfectly fine. My typical live server reflex gear worked good. I do have him in immortal gear just in case things start to get a little bit weird. To be honest, if I wanted this run to be 100% consistent, I'd probably either make him even more tanky, slow him down a little bit, or maybe even throw him in 2 sets of immortal gear, possibly. May drop a decent amount of time off the run, but it would be much more consistent. And if I pull this guy, you can 100% count on I will be doing 100 runs with him to test how consistent he will be and making sure I can get it to be 100% consistent. Honestly, I think this guy is probably the best. Actually, he definitely is the best Dragon Stage 25 solo farmer, period. His rings, his accessories, not even glyphed, except for the banner. Other than that, nothing's even glyphed. So the gear, not super crazy. The resistance isn't that high. I'm not worried about resisting the dragon, just worried about resisting the waves. And this seems to be doing pretty decent so far. And then his masteries, let's check these out real quick. Oppressor is very nice. I did try with War Master earlier, and it didn't seem to speed the run up because Oppressor allows me to place a ton of those poisons, which allows me to get more from the explosions, which is very nice. War Master didn't really seem to do a whole lot. I kind of thought it would, but it didn't seem to. Let me pick up Sniper because I do see value in Sniper because that A1 ability, placing that decreased speed, will actually help me trigger more of the Arcane Celerity, and having the increased speed is going to help me trigger more of this rapid response. So definitely want to get as much turn meter as possible, as much speed, and you are going to be going crazy on Dragon Stage 25. So, all right, guys, so let's go ahead and jump in here and see if that Sniper Mastery pickup made any big difference whatsoever, and we'll run through it. Now, obviously, if you're going to run this guy realistically, you're going to have food champions alongside him. That will slow the run down just a little bit. Not significantly, I don't think, but it will slow it down a little bit, especially if the food champions are actually surviving from the first wave to the second wave. Ideally, they don't, but if they do, that's definitely going to slow it down just a little bit. So hopefully we can clear this wave in before 30 seconds. That'd be ideal. Get to the dragon with about 10 to 15 seconds to kill the dragon, and we may make a new personal record. Doesn't look like we will this time, unfortunately. Let's see, 32, 33, boom, maybe. No, definitely not. He does work on the dragon. He goes through the dragon super quick. Honestly, I don't doubt it whatsoever that when this champion gets released, people, if they pull him, will be making faster solo Dragon Stage 25 teams than this. But 45 seconds, guys. It blew my mind when I saw that. Earlier, when I was doing 59-second runs, a minute runs with my first with 60 FPS, I was like, yeah, this is impressive. Definitely very, very impressive. But it's not like mind-blowing, okay? Like, speed teams are going to be faster. Granted, that's a full team. Whereas this dude, solo, 100%, is doing it. He set my personal record on my account, which is kind of sad in a way. Like, all that gear on all my champions, my Ruel, everything. Like, this is my speed team. Let me see. Dragon 20. It's probably not geared anymore. I think I probably broke everybody's down in the gear. because of working on other things inside the test server. Yeah, everything's broken, I do believe. So can't really test it. But that team was like a little bit under a minute. And this dude comes in and just does it in no time at all. Let's see what it looks like if I throw in just 4 food champions instead of him doing 100% solo. So this will, like I said, probably slow it down. Maybe not, because we do get some speed boosting when they die. Hopefully they just get one shot. They did. Perfect. So maybe we get a new personal record. That'd be insane. Let's see. 40 seconds for the video. Come on. Let's go ahead and get it. 40 seconds for the vid. All right. So the second wave, if we get it under 30 seconds, we may be able to set a new record. All right. Here it goes. The poison explosion is just so incredibly nice. It's very RNG heavy. If he gets good reflex resets, then it's going to make a big difference in the time. If we don't get a lot of reflex resets, it's not going to be as big of a difference in the time. So it definitely is RNG on that factor, but both of his abilities are super impactful. So it doesn't really matter what gets reset. They're both absolutely amazing, or reduce cooldown better yet. So 51 seconds, but there you go, guys. Theodore, the Savant, is absolutely insane. So guys, if you pull him, congrats. You have an awesome Dragon Stage 25 farmer. You have an amazing champion in general. Honestly, I just showcased him in Dragon Stage 25, but he can be used all over the place. Wherever poisons are valuable, this guy's going to be valuable. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you all for watching. Something pretty interesting, I thought, and I'll catch you on the next one.